Today's Crown comment goes to... If you want to get featured, all you have to do is write something lovely and positive in my comments section or in my community tabs. On any video, anywhere. Like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Oh God.
Mr Utterson, are you there? I'm Inspector Newcomen of Scotland Yard. We found a letter on the body of the victim near the Thames, and it had your name on it. I mean, because I'm a man, I don't gasp in a feminine way. I won't say anything until I see the scene. You can hear more about it when you pay a visit to Dr. Layton's hospital in Cavendish Square. The hospital is open late at night, so we asked for an autopsy. Oh my. It might be more serious than it looks. Oh, so I'll take a moment to calm down first, then go to the hospital. Understood. I'll be at Dr. Layton's hospital. Once you are done, please go down to the river. Understood. I'll go after visiting the hospital. Layton's hospital. You must have been surprised about the sudden autopsy. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Ah, so Hyde is unaliving people now. Very interesting. See, I thought that he was just beating people up. I didn't know that he was doing a murder. There's been a murder in Savannah, Georgia.
Excuse me. Were you a witness to the murder last night?
I was sleeping, so I saw nothing. Oh, a murder! Did it happen around here?
Yes, it was brutal, I say, as I haven't seen it yet.
How horrifying. I hope my daughter doesn't hear about it. She is a virtuous and good woman, and does not need to hear of such wickedness.
I see. Anyway, I understand.
Wait, did I go to the wrong place? Was I supposed to go to the hospital? Where even is the hospital? Oh, so I'm supposed to go to his house first. Okay. Hello, spiky man. Spiky beard man.
Utterson.
Oh wait, he had a, I gave him the vampire accent, didn't I?
Utterson, what brings you this early in the morning? I'm sorry, but I don't feel well enough to speak to you right now. Please come back later. I'm not here to engage in idle chit-chat, Layton.
May I ask why you are here?
About the autopsy that you were asked to do this morning. Was there a murder last night? Yes, the corpse is in the consulting room.
You have the room in your house?
I guess Victorian times were different.
Wait, don't go in there.
I just need to know who the victim is. I'm helping out with the murder case.
What? How can that be related to you?
A letter with my name on it was found on the victim's body.
Follow me.
Okay, let's go.
We're solving crimes. I'm cool with that. Isn't it terrifying? How could anyone do this to another human being? Could you tell who the victim was, Utterson?
I was about to recognize the shape of his nose and jawline, or what's left of them. He was one of my clients.
What? What did you say?
The victim was Sir Danvers Carew, a member of the House of Commons. He was a very kind and respected man. Why?
Oh no, this will not go quietly.
I'll go back and tell the inspector about this. Lord, grant me eternal rest unto him.
May his soul rest in peace.
I pray that nothing will happen to you too.
Oh, Utterson, stay safe. Well then, we've got a murder. We've got an unaliving. I probably shouldn't say that word so often. YouTube will flag this video. There's been an unaliving in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, better.
Oh, I didn't expect to run into you here. Mr. Utterson, how are you, sir? I'm doing fine. It's my day off today. I see. How was your
work? Whoops, I'm sorry. I tried to keep that in. Maybe Mr. Utterson had a glass of gin before he came over here.
It's quite a surprise to see you outside like this. Please excuse my bad manners.
Regular mail, registered mail, telegrams. My post around really does keep me busy several times a day.
I don't know what this has to do with anything, so cool. That was a waste of time.
Is there anything in the pub? Is there anyone here that may know what I'm...
Excuse me, last night. Are you all right? If you sleep here...
Oh, my head.
Can you hear me?
I'm alright. I had a headache and a heartache, so I drank some wine with opium. The Victorian times were different.
Oh, then you can't remember what happened last night.
Yeah, I don't know how much I drank. I don't remember. I started drinking to cure my disease at first, but I can't stop.
Be careful. Be careful.
Yep, opium was legal, and it was not good. I say that like I have experience of being in the Victorian times of opium. I do not. I just know that it was not good. I'm a bit of a history nerd, so there's like a few things I do know.
So, would you like a tour around London? A tour around London? That sounds like you're gonna rip me off.
I designed it myself. The route takes you right past Buckingham Palace and all its biggest landmarks.
I think you should name it the Queen Victoria route.
That's right. God bless the Queen.
We should all rejoice in her good health. Long may she reign. Shall we make our way around the whole of Buckingham Palace?
No, we just passed by the Eastern Wall.
I see. I will not be using my money on you. Goodbye.
Yeah, by the way, if you ever visit London, beware of all the tourist traps. The amount of places that they will do whatever they can to get a huge amount of money out of you, like, nah. Do not do it. Like, London cabs, for instance. Very much a rip-off. I'm trying to think of other tourist traps I know.
Take me to church. Oh, there's the murder scene. Oh, I just walked over it. No! I just walked over the evidence. Is that the murder weapon? Can I pick it up? Yeah, I'm just desiccating this crime scene. Ooh, are you my witness? Why can't I talk to you? You'll be meeting with the inspector after visiting the hospital. Oh, the inspector's right over there.
I've never been here. You don't know the way either, right?
You wanted to take a shortcut. If we don't hurry to the market, all the fresh meat will be gone. I don't know which one. I was too poor to eat meat before coming to London, but now I won't be able to eat because it's sold out. Oh, I forgot the difference.
I need meat, eggs and vegetables. What should I do? Oh, let's ask that gentleman.
Oh.
Excuse me, do you know the way to the market?
Oh, turn right at that corner and go straight on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We know how to get there now, so we need to hurry. I'm so glad. They look busy. It would be rude of me to ask. Oh. Okay, so the inspector is here now. Mr. Utterson, did you see the body in person? His face was too disfigured, so I couldn't tell who he was. Did you recognize him? I'm sorry to say this, but the victim was Sir Danvers Carew. My God. Sir Danvers... Oh, why does this man have to have a... What is that name? Danvers? Sir Danvers Carew. Or is it Carew? My God. Sir Danvers Carew of the House of Commons. He was very popular. I supported his politics too. I doubt that he made a mortal enemy within the Parliament. This will be the talk of the city, that's for certain. Could you help me find the culprit? Oh, I'll help as much as I can. Scotland Yard are really not doing so good if they're asking. I mean, I guess he might have insight simply because he knew the victim, but how can he... Oh, whatever. Oh, thank you. We may find some evidence on this street. Let's look everywhere and ask around. Well, I've already seen the... Oh, thank you for following me. I saw this. This must be the weapon. This cane is definitely... The wood does seem very rare. Yeah, it's Hyde's. It's Hyde's. It's Hyde's pimp cane. Does anything come to mind? Oh, I have a friend who uses an expensive cane like this. I wonder where your friend got their cane from. There were no traces of a robbery, and no business card or ID was found on the victim's body. We did find a blood-stained letter with your name and address on it. So, that's why you came so early in the morning. Yeah, that's why I came to see you, Mr. Utterson. Now, is this evidence, or is this just... Okay, it just is a bit of nothing on the floor. Ah, we can talk to you now. Excuse me. Oh, you look traumatized as hell. You're very pretty, though. May I ask you some questions?
Yes.
Did you witness a murder last night?
Oh, that's...
Are you feeling ill?
Oh.
Please wait while I go pick up a warm drink from the pub. You're telling me I have to go all the way to the pub? To... That's a... Whatever, I'll get you a drink, I guess. Welcome. What would you like? A glass of warm brandy to help someone relax.
If you want to drink it right away, I could just give it to you.
It's not for me. It's for a lady nearby who is in distress. I'll return the glass when she's done.
Is that so? Please give me a minute.
Here's a glass of hot buttered rum. That should work. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the Victorian medicine. Did you know that cough medicine had, like, cocaine in it? That was an actual thing that people used to do. Like, can you imagine? Like, they put actual hard drugs in cough medicine, and not just that, they gave it to children. Thank God modern medicine is a lot further ahead than it used to be. Jesus.
Excuse me, miss. Please drink this. It will help.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
He has such a kind smile, Mr. Utterson.
You seem better now. I have a lot to ask of you.
Excuse me. Do you live around here? I don't know why I missed a few vowels from that. Yes, I live in a building overlooking this street.
So you witnessed the murder last night?
Yes, I saw it. I watched it with my own eyes until I fainted at the horror of it.
Could you tell me your name and address? We could use your statements as evidence.
41 Powdy Street. My name is Sally Tucker.
I see, Miss Tucker. Please tell me what you saw.
The moon was very bright last night.
Ah, for the werewolf. Sorry.
The moon was very bright last night, and I was standing by the window, lost in thought, around 11 o'clock.
Now, please calm yourself and continue.
A grey-haired old gentleman was walking down the street, and a man of small stature was walking towards him. When the two were close enough to talk, the older gentleman greeted the shorter man politely.
What did they talk about?
I couldn't hear, but the older gentleman pointed somewhere with his hand. So I thought the older gentleman was asking for directions. So I looked at the other man. And it was him.
Who's he?
Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde.
That man, I recognized him because he had come to see the master.
Aren't they the same thing? And what happened after that? The frickin' growling again.
Mr. Hyde looked very angry at what he heard. It was so sudden. He said something, and he swung that thick cane at the older gentleman. The older gentleman got hit a few times and ran away in alarm, but Mr. Hyde soon caught up with him. He then hit the older gentleman and knocked him down.
Oh my.
And then he stamped on the older gentleman and kept beating him. Oh, I could still see it in my mind. I don't remember what happened after that. I was so shocked I passed out.
Oh no.
It was 2 a.m. when I came to my senses, and that's when I reported it to the police.
It must have been hard. Thank you for your help. If the witness is right, Mr. Hyde is the culprit.
Her testimony seems reliable, but the more evidence and witnesses we have, the better. Please do as you wish. I'm ready to search every corner of London to find Mr. Hyde.
Oh, understood. No time to hesitate. I'll get started on the investigation right away. What should we start with then? We have evidence and a witness. Jekyll cannot be involved in this case. Mr. Utterson, please call me when you are ready. Look at his sneaky little face. You're unalive now, Hyde. You're not just a bad boy walking around causing mischief. You are actually a real unaliver. You are a full-on, full-scale criminal. I'm just looking at all of the... I quite like this. Apparently there is a spin-off game called Hide and Seek, like with his name. I have no idea what that's about, but... Ooh, it looks like Mr. Hyde is the culprit, as the witness said. Hang on, guys, gonna take a tea break. Do you know anything about him? Oh, I know where he lives. Let's go and see him. Thank you, Mr. Utterson. Oh, I did not mean to go this way. Ah, let's go to Soho. Soho is quite nice. I have been there before. Obviously, it looks nothing like this, but nowadays it's a very nice area. There's a lot of arty stuff going on. Lots of fashionable brands. It's a very, very creative, nice area. Oh. Soho. This place always gives me the chills. Yeah, I can assure you guys it's nothing like this now. It's a very, very, very nice area where lots of creative people work, and there's lots of lovely bars and restaurants and a few nightclubs. It's a very nice place. Nothing like the Victorian era. It's not a place for people like me. But it can't be helped. In order to find out the truth, I must steel myself to withstand what horrors I might witness. Alright, so where does Hyde live? Probably in a shed somewhere, where he can howl at the moon to his heart's content. Oh, he actually lives in a nice house. Oh my god, you look like a Tim Burton character. Who is it? Excuse me, is this Mr. Hyde's house? I'm Inspector Newcomb of Scotland Yard. This is Mr. Utterson, who's helping me with the investigation. Yes, this is Mr. Hyde's house, but he's not at home right now. Can we speak inside for a moment? Yes, please come in. This is Madame Valeria, so she fell off the deep end and didn't have her meds at all. You are creepy looking. Let's look around his house. So he's got all the chairs knocked over. He's got all his clothes on the floor. Look at this mess. These clothes have been scattered all over the place. Maybe he was in a hurry to find something. They are all such high-quality clothes, things that a gentleman would wear. A gentleman who committed murder. Will we have to search around all the clothing shops? Now, I am very intrigued by this pretty lady right here, this very lovely painting. Mr. Utterson, please be careful. The painting on the wall could be evidence, since we have to track down an art dealer. The picture looks to be highly valuable. Yes, it does. I don't know much about the arts, though. Do you think it's a painting of the protagonist from a famous play?
This is... wow, what an amazing painting. It's an irony that a murderer owns such a religious painting, but I guess he must be quite sophisticated.
I don't know, he's...
I'm just curious how much he spent on that painting. So, it's a religious painting? I thought it was just a picture of a very fancy young lady that he might know. So it's the... is it the Madonna? Now that would be very interesting if it was. Do you remember when Mr Hyde was here last? Mr Hyde came home late last night and went out again not an hour later. His schedule is very irregular, so he's not home very often.
Irregular?
He hadn't come home before that for 2 months, so I haven't seen him much. Wait, if you're from Scotland Yard...
Never make such a creepy face at me again. I will put you in jail. I will arrest you just for making that face.
Mr Hyde must have done something. What has he done?
He's been involved in many scandalous cases. He does not appear to be a very good man.
I can't disagree with that.
Ma'am, we'd like to take a look at Mr Hyde's room.
Go ahead, please.
So you've got no loyalty to him whatsoever. You're like, yeah, sure, he's a criminal. Do as you please. These are some luxurious hats. Yes, they are. This top hat is only sold in of the highest reputation. But the edges are a bit worn out. Do you think these clues will lead us to Mr Hyde?
Maybe we'll find something if we investigate every hat shop thoroughly. But that would take a long time. There are many hat shops of that sort in London. He's done cruel things like a beast, but still cares about manners.
Yeah, narcissistic personalities are very, very keen on appearances. They are very aware of how they look to society because of the evil, cold nothingness that's underneath, so they're very, very concerned with appearances. Another tea break?
Alright.
There are ashes and embers in the fireplace. Something's in there.
Mr Utterson, let's take out the note before it is completely burnt. It might contain important information. Oh, a time limit? I hate time limits. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so overdramatic, please.
This, a checkbook. The bank's name is still readable.
Money must be that man's life. Why would he burn a checkbook? Anyway, he'll be needing money, so he should visit the bank soon. Let's distribute a wanted poster and wait for him in front of the bank. What's that?
Look, the door got stuck on the broken floor when we opened it.
It looks like the floor was destroyed when Mr Hyde escaped. I'll try moving the door. Please step back.
Let's try it together. Now 1, 2... Oh, whoops.
What is this? Is it the head of the cane?
This is Jekyll.
Oh, Mr. Utterson, this is crucial evidence.
Oh. It must be the top part of the cane that was found at the scene.
He even left the murder weapon behind. He must have been in a hurry if he left this evidence. Now we just need to capture him. We must create a wanted poster. We need a picture for that.
Ooh, but it looks like there are no pictures of Mr. Hyde in this house.
Do you think there's a picture of Mr. Hyde in the house? I'm not sure. He doesn't seem to have any friends or family, so I don't think he has any fucking pictures.
He might have burned all his pictures as well.
Then we'll have to draw a portrait for the poster. Do you remember his face?
Oh, it's not a face that can be easily described.
I only remember that his face was deformed and disturbing and absolutely pig ugly.
That's going to be hard to draw. Thank you for helping with the investigation. And thank you, Mr. Utterson. No problem. It looks like we are done here. I'm going to head home.
Please let me know if you hear anything about him, Mr. Utterson.
Oh, Jekyll is deeply connected to the murder of Sir Danvers' crew. His relationship to Mr. Hyde and the cane. Mr. Hyde has disappeared, but I am worried that something might happen to Jekyll. After a great deal of thought, I've decided to find Jekyll. That was a bit awkward, the way that he was posed, just like smiling in the dark. I don't know about that. I would have done that a little bit differently if I was directing this.
Ba 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 da 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 da. Oh, why you cry? Is it because there's been a crime?
Paul, I'm sorry to visit this late.
Oh, Mr. Utterson? Please come in. Master is in his lab. I'll take you there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you don't look well, bro. You do not look well at all. You have a very, very cozy lab. Oh, look at that drawing. That's interesting. Very foreshadowing. I do know the one obvious thing about the story. I won't say it just in case you're completely new to the entire story altogether. I think most people do know the obvious part of the twist, though. Although they might have changed it. MAZM changed a lot in Phantom. So I might be even more surprised. And I haven't read the book, so...
Jekyll, are you feeling ill? You don't look well.
Oh, it's nothing. I seem to have caught a cold.
If you stay cooped up in this gloomy place, it's no wonder you're sick.
It's not because of that. It's a little cold. Utterson, could you add some wood to the fire? I don't even have the strength to move over there.
Very, very interesting. Oh, you heard about the incident, yes? Everyone's talking about it. I could hear it even in my dining room. The older I get, the more I worry. But there's one thing I want to talk to you about, Jekyll. Sir Danvers' crew was one of my clients just like you, so I must know the truth. You are not hiding that murderer, are you? Oh, Utterson. I swear to God, I swear on my honour, that I am done with that man. Really? I'm done. Oh. He's a murderer now. I don't think he could be more notorious. And those atrocious things won't happen anymore. And you won't hear about Mr Hyde anymore. Don't you trust that man too much. If there's a trial, your name will come out. There's a reason why I can assure you that there won't be any more problems. The letter on the table is proof. Alright. I'm not sure if I could show that letter to the police or not. Is this a letter from Mr Hyde? Yes, that's why. I think it's best I leave that letter to you. I believe you'll be able to make the right choice. You will. I believe you. Oh, the room's gone green. You are not afraid that Mr Hyde will be arrested because of this letter, are you? No. I don't care what happens to that man. I'm just afraid that my name will be dragged into it because of the terrible incident. Ooh. Then I'll read this letter first. Alright. What has the werewolf written for us? Sorry for making you worry. I've been a beneficiary of Dr. Jekyll's kindness for a long time. I'm sorry I haven't been able to repay him. I have a safe and reliable way to escape. You don't need to worry about me anymore. Edward Hyde. Well, after reading the letter, I feel a little better. Do you have the envelope?
I happened to burn it without thinking much of it. There was no postmark, and someone delivered it to me in person.
Then may I take this letter and investigate more?
Of course. Like I said earlier, I believe you'll make the right choice. I can't trust myself.
Very well. I should be leaving since it's so late.
Farewell. Utterson. I'm not feeling well, so I can't see you out.
Do not worry yourself. Rest well. By the way, this device looks unusual.
It is used in the electrochemical refinement of matter.
Electro what?
This method is easier to use than traditional chemical means.
And what's that?
It's an experimental tool that tests phenomena which occur at different concentrations.
I really don't understand science.
Advancements in the field of chemistry are being made so quickly, it is no wonder that you can't keep up.
Are these tools used for chemical experiments? I forgot what your laboratory building was originally used for. The previous owners inherited the building from a surgeon.
So the building has a classroom and a dissecting room. I'm a medical doctor, but that has nothing to do with why I decided to use this building. When I first looked around it, I just thought it was perfect for use as a chemical laboratory.
I see.
It seems to have worked out perfectly, since I'm still doing chemical research.
So what kind of research are you doing?
You wouldn't understand even if I told you.
Isn't it dangerous to use chemicals like this?
Don't worry, my use of the highest quality equipment means that I am always safe.
I'm glad to hear that. I love the way his character does that little nod, it's really cute. It's very interesting that you have a mirror there, Mr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll.
I still want to know about that painting in Hyde's house. Now that I'm remembering the story a little bit.
Oh. I'll talk to you about that later. Oh, Jekyll, there's one thing I want to ask of you.
What is that?
The section in your will about your disappearance. Did Mr. Hyde threaten you and make you write that?
Yes. Yes.
I knew it. He planned on killing you all along.
Utterson. That's not the problem. I found out something more important. His eyes are scary. Oh my god, Utterson. I learned something very important.
What are you talking about? You look very ill. You better rest. I'll be leaving now.
I have a feeling that as soon as we leave... Like, his eyes are, like, white. Farewell, Mr. Utterson.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Good night. Oh, you know, Jekyll has told me someone brought him a letter today. Did you see the person?
A letter from Master? Nothing was delivered except the usual post. And we got no letters today, only pamphlets.
Understood. Thank you. Please take care of Dr. Jekyll.
Yes, Mr. Utterson. Farewell, sir.
Yeah, I thought so.
But yeah, back to what I was saying before the dramatic scene. I seem to recall that there was a lady in the musical. Like, she sings Dangerous Game with Hyde. I know nothing about any more than that. I just know that there's a scene with a lady that Hyde likes, ? I don't know. I could be wrong, but maybe that picture was of the lady. Yeah, I do not know.
Oh, Mr. Hyde might have delivered the letter to Jekyll himself. He must have. It could have been written in Jekyll's room. Probably. I'll have to be more careful. First, I'll have to call Mr. Guest. He knows how to analyze handwriting.
Mr. Guest? Oh, he's one of the people that we met earlier.
Guest, Sir Danvers' case is tragic.
Yes, it is. It was so sudden and shocking, Mr. Utterson.
It must have been done by a horrifying man. I called you because of that murder. Look at this. It's a letter from the murderer.
A letter from the murderer?
Yes, this is just between us. I don't know how to handle this. Mr. Hyde is nowhere to be seen, and the letter alone is meaningless. Anyway, please take a look at the letter. Analyzing handwriting is your area of expertise, correct?
Mr. Utterson, this handwriting is readable. But it is very strange. You see how it leans to the left? That is not a common way of writing.
You're right. Isn't it strange?
Is that an invitation from Dr. Jekyll? I know his handwriting. May I take a look?
You want to see it? Yes, go ahead. Yeah, I wondered if he was going to compare the two.
Just a moment, thank you. Huh? Are you calling me? Oh, I'm good, thank you. How interesting.
Did you find out anything?
Mr. Utterson, these two samples of handwriting are very similar. Only the angle of the pen is a little different.
Oh, that's very strange. How strange.
Yes, it is very strange.
Don't say anything about this, please.
Yes, Mr. Utterson, I understand. Goodbye then, Mr. Utterson.
Oh my. Jekyll forged a letter for the murderer.
Oh God. That is an amazing art piece. I am definitely using it for this thumbnail. Yeah, I love this. Look at the way it's all drawn out. And how? Not How's Moving Castle. Hyde, look at his eye. That is amazing. What an amazing... Whoever did the artwork, well done. Really good. 1 month later? What's with all the time jumps?
It's been quiet lately, and there isn't much in the newspaper. Just like Jekyll said, Hyde must have left London. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I need to visit the locations where the incidents Mr. Hyde caused took place. It's hard to believe that there was a murder here 2 months ago. It's peaceful despite the unpleasant atmosphere. It's quieter than the last time I was here. No one's heard anything about Mr. Hyde for months.
Excuse me, you mean Mr. Hyde? Mr. Hyde hasn't been seen since the murder. That man took my money and ran away.
More werewolf growling. He took your money?
Yes, in the nearby gambling den. Shh, don't talk about this anywhere else.
Oh, don't worry, I won't say anything.
Anyway, he cheated and took all the money. And no one's been able to contact him since the murder of St. Danvers' crew. Everyone's looking for him, so let me know if you hear anything.
Oh, understood. Mr. Hyde truly made many adversaries. So, he's a gambler, he's a thief, he's a brawler, he's an unaliver. What else is he adding to the list? Like, he's doing absolutely everything he can to be an absolute menace to society. I don't... Oh! Ooh! So we finally get to talk to the psychic. I'm glad my instinct was correct in coming here. I wanted to talk to the psychic. I was like, ooh, she seems interesting. Okay, tell me. Then I assume this pub is fine. Well, if Mr. Hyde has resurfaced, this place wouldn't be as lively as it is now.
I can feel his presence.
I don't believe in superstition. But what do you mean by his presence?
That unpleasant, merciless and cold presence. He came here a couple more times after his first visit. But he hasn't shown himself for months.
Then, can you tell me if he will appear again? His name is Hyde, Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde. The spirits are telling me that Mr. Hyde cannot be found in this pub anymore. Oh, they are saying to turn around.
Oh, understood. Thank you. Always talking nonsense. What happened to the music? The music's gone. Sneaky little face.
Got a secret, can you keep it?
I've been listening to that recently. If any of you watched Pretty Little Liars back in the day, like me and my sister used to watch it. My sister, I think, actually finished the show, but I remember watching a few episodes with her. But yeah, the theme song is so good. Like, when shows like that nail the theme tune, like, you gotta have really good music. But there's a cover, it's like a really spooky cover. Sort of even creepier version, but it's done by... I'll put it on the screen, but I've been listening to that recently. Oh, Mr. Utterson, what brings you here? I was curious about the investigation.
Mr. Hyde can't be found anywhere. The weeks following the murder was so chaotic.
Ooh, how is it now?
Since that man disappeared, it looks like he took all the evil with him. The number of violent crimes and murders has dropped, and the streets have calmed down.
Ooh, I see. Good news. But please let me know if you hear anything about him.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
I want to go to his house. Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you'll stay. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave.
I won't properly sing it just in case this video gets flagged. I really shouldn't. I do sing songs in my videos sometimes, but I really shouldn't. Am I going back to my house? Oh. No. I'm spending a lot of money on Ubers.
Ba 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 da 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 da.
Ah, the Eiffel Tower.
Very nice. Hello, Paul.
Oh, Paul, what are you doing here?
Mr Utterson, how have you been? I was working here on Master's orders.
Dr. Jekyll's orders?
Yes, he said to pass out flyers about a charity gala in a few days.
Oh, I see. How was Dr. Jekyll treating you all?
Master? He's very energetic and has been keeping busy. I'm afraid that we might even be overburdened, but I'm glad he's busy now. Better now.
Oh, that's a relief. That reminds me, is Dr. Jekyll home?
He's out at the minute, busy doing charity work. He's probably in the square where there are lots of people.
Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Please find me if you ever have any problems.
One common thing about MAZM is that they really do have nice game music. We live on the edge of the universe. Are we going back to Cavendish Square? Oh, nice.
The murder was so recent. How can anyone be so lively? Oh yes, it's almost Christmas.
Hey, it's almost Christmas as I'm well, I mean, it's September right now, but it will soon be Christmas.
Haha, I hope something good happens at Christmas.
When will you learn that whenever you say things like that, something goes wrong? Alright, what was, there was like this creepy child. Okay, yeah, whatever. Mother and father said they buy me a new doll. Well, how about you be nice to your parents and be grateful for what you have? Spoiled brat. Oh, so that... oh, I've forgotten his voice. Oh, so that happened. I think I should be able to help you with that.
Oh, thank you.
Don't mention it. God bless you. Hey, he looks a lot better, actually. He doesn't look as, sick. He doesn't have scary eyes anymore. Oh, Utterson, it's you.
Jekyll, you look good.
Ha ha ha. I've decided to help out with the church and do more charity work.
Looks good, but take care. You were very sick recently. So, you are really done with Mr. Hyde, right?
Of course. Who do you think I am? You always worry about others too much.
Please take care.
Thanks for worrying. Oh, right. I'll be hosting a dinner soon. I'll let you know the details.
The street looks more lively. Is it because Mr. Hyde has disappeared?
Well, maybe, but it's Christmas soon. It's interesting because his laugh is like, it's sort of jolly, but it's also really close to being very sinister. So that's really good voice acting there. Really nicely done. Everyone's so happy that they must have forgotten about that evil man. Ha ha ha.
I'm glad then. Don't forget to tell me the date for the dinner.
Very well. See you next time, Utterson.
Good luck with the charity work.
There are so many time jumps. What's up with that? 2 weeks later. I wish there were more women for me to voice in this game. There's so many men. Like, I have to do so many deep voices.
Mr. Utterson, it's a letter from Dr. Jekyll. Oh, thank you. You may go now.
Thank you. My people need me. I'm planning to invite some friends to get together for dinner on the evening of 8th of January. If you are not busy, please come by. I would enjoy talking to you. From your friend, Henry Jekyll. Henry's such a cheerful name as well. I don't know how to describe it, but there is something light about it, you know what I mean? Shout out to you if your name is Henry and you are watching this video.
Jekyll invited me to dinner. I'll take one of my best bottles of wine as a gift.
I like Utterson so much. Like, he's so nice and like you look at his cute little face. Like, he's such a adorable, nice, regular man, you know? He's a sweet man. I'm a bit, I have to admit though, there's no characters for me to crush on though. Like last time around in the Phantom series, as you guys may or may not know, I did quite like the Count quite a bit, Ralph's older brother, so yeah, no characters for me to find handsome at the minute. I mean, I suppose normally I would go for Hyde a little bit, but he's not really doing it for me. Oh, I didn't get the wine. Shoot. That's embarrassing. I left the house without the wine. Whoops. I had to go all the way back home. Like, imagine Utterson, like, quickly jumping back in his cab, like, oh shit, gotta go back home.
I forgot something. Oh, this French wine should be good. Jekyll will like it as well. I'm so glad.
British alcohol. What does that mean? British alcohol. Oh, fair enough. Right, now we can go to the... we can get back in our Uber and actually go. Alright.
Shall we go to Dr. Jekyll's party? Yes, we shall.
Got a secret, can you keep it? Oh, he looks a little bit more devious there. Oh, Utterson, there you are. Don't mind the fact that I'm facing the wrong direction. Look, Leighton is there as well. We decided to stop our argument and reconciled.
Oh, Utterson, you are late. Yeah, I know, I had to go back for the wine.
We were talking about how the three of us used to get together all the time.
Oh, three of us. Good old days.
I feel like this is the quiet before the storm. Isn't this the same guy that wrote this story? Sir, have you read Robert Louis Stevenson's latest novel? I heard it's the most sensational book since his Treasure Island. I remember reading a little bit of Treasure Island when I was a kid. I believe one of my grandfathers got me a huge, like maybe 12 volumes of classic novels. That was quite a long time ago, but yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't read supernatural fiction.
Then you haven't read The Body Snatcher or Olala either?
I don't read books that are too unscientific or too popular.
Utterson! Utterson, you boring git. That's British slang, actually, if you're curious. Generally, it'd be used in the context of, oh, you grumpy git. You know, that's something that me and my dad, like, occasionally refer to, like, maybe an older man that's, like, grumpy, you say, oh, you grumpy git, you know? But, sir, if you don't read novels such as these, whatever will you have to talk about? Very true. How about giving them a try? Yes!
Next time, I'll try next time. Aren't you middle-aged? You're running out of time to try things. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Like, you know, like, we only live for a limited amount of time, dude. You gotta try things. You gotta have experiences and live life, travel, go to plays. Have you read Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days? I've read that book. Of course, it's just a novel, but with some luck it does not seem like an infeasible task. I'm pretty sure someone actually did that in the Victorian times. They did attempt to go around the world in 80 days. Or maybe not 80 days, but around that. It definitely is. It's been a decade since it was out. Excuse me, sir. Oh. Do you think it's possible to go around the world in 80 days? Oh, it's impossible. It's only possible in a novel. But we must be able to. We have transcontinental railways now. You are too pessimistic. Oh, maybe. It should be possible, don't you think? Right, I knew it. I would like to try it sometime. Mr. Utterson, you should have a dream like that too. I wonder what would happen if someone tried to do that nowadays, now that we have planes and stuff like that. I wonder. I'm gonna have a drink. Fun fact, my grandfather was the most well-travelled man I ever knew, and actually probably will ever know. I believe before he died, he had travelled to over 100 countries. I'll put exactly how many countries are on the screen right now in total, but I do believe that his number went over 100. Like, he did his best to be very well travelled in his lifetime. Yeah, really, really interesting. So in that sense, I would like to follow in his footsteps. I do want to be a very well travelled person. Honestly, like, my family is like, the law is like interesting in my family. Like, it's mental. Maybe one day I'll like talk about some family law that I do know, but the main thing to know about my family is sort of like, everyone is like really, really intelligent, but we're also like slightly crazy as well. Just, yeah, high intelligence and a little bit unhinged at the same time. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came. Sorry, I've been like rambling a lot in this episode. I've got a lot to talk about, I guess. Who am I talking to now? You should definitely have more cake. Eat as much cake as you like. What am I doing? Help me out here. Oh. Okay. Oh, are you leaving already? Why don't you stay a little longer? Let's talk more. We have all night. Oh, it's too late. I should get going. I'll stop by next time. You keep saying next time, Utterson. What if there isn't a next time? Haha, alright. Paul will see you out. Good night, Utterson. Oh, good night, Jekyll. You didn't say goodbye to the other guy? Okay. Now, Paul, I'm expecting you to tell me some gossip. Well, that was an ominous noise. Goodbye. Oh, thank you, Paul. Please take care of Dr. Jekyll. Don't worry, Mr. Utterson. As soon as the evil Mr. Hyde disappeared, Jekyll had a new lease on life. Jekyll left his room and started meeting with friends, and visited people frequently, as well as inviting them to visit him. And now he attends church and does charity work more often. He seems to do volunteer work sincerely, and always has a smile on his face. Dr. Jekyll lived in peace for over 2 months. Oh, I've got a really bad feeling about this one. Oh, why is my stomach feels really weird. Like, I've got a really bad feeling.
Oh, it's you. Leave what you brought there. Have you thought about what we discussed last time? Well, I can't say anything even if you haven't. It's not like it will help you make money, is it? But you know, I've thought about this for a long time. Can a man obtain true freedom? I've imagined many things starting from that question. Think about it. If the conflict of good and evil no longer bothered us, and we could live a life as two separate human beings, we would be able to unburden ourselves. Remember what I said about the gold last time. If you stole the gold, your good ego might have terrible regrets. But what if your good ego is blissfully unaware of it? What if it's the secret of your evil ego? I thought about it more deeply as the music became more and more epic. That was the beginning of my research. No, you're saying that because you don't fully understand the theory. Think about it. What does it mean by the true nature of things? You shouldn't be so ignorant. Nothing is set in stone. You must be inquisitive of all things at all times. But I digress. If the two egos cannot be melded, what if we separate them completely? That's what I was obsessed with. I kept thinking about how to separate those two. I thought about it for a long time. I must have talked too much on my own. Please forgive my evil ego of his indulgence. You may go now. Don't forget the receipt. Chapter 4. Familiar Ending.